Shroomraver here, and today I'm excited to be bringing you my second game from the kind of PIC off-season Monotype league competition thing. Yes, indeed, I'm really digging that name. I've made it my own, with many words that I don't particularly need. Anyway, so last time, you will remember, we took on Evelyn and her grass-type team of Herdia Bremen, and we did manage to take a big 4-0 victory, which we are going to need, because this week we take on Erik, Ashton Akai, and the Bristol Bidoofs, the rock-type trainer. His links down in the description below. He's a very good friend of mine. He puts out some fantastic content across a wide variety of leagues, and he is consistently an excellent battler. His stuff's of the highest quality, so go and check out his stuff. It's not just league battles, he does various other ones alongside it. Do that, check out his stuff. But the game now. Erik's team. He has Mega-Audino, Tyranitar, Tyrantrum, Aerodactyl, Regirock, Omastar, Armaldo, Terrakion, Cradily, and Rhyperior. Now, this is where things do get a little bit difficult, because if you know my squad, you will know that Terrakion basically just kills me. It's a fighting type for one thing, so it destroys most of my team. I do have Mega-Audino, he's supposed to be able to take those hits, but of course it gets Iron Head coverage, which is no bueno. And it can pretty much wreck most of what I've got, and outspeed a lot of it. So, yeah, it's going to be a problem to try and deal with the Terrakion. I don't have too much that wants to take a hit from it, but I'm hoping that I have some emergency contingency if I can isolate it. Anyway, the team I decided to bring. Kecleon, Assault Vest once again, Drain Punch, Power Up Punch, Aqua Tail, and Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak there, you know, just in case I need the priority, but, you know, I'm very much expecting Scarf Terrakion. He has no reason not to bring Scarf Terrakion. So if I can sort of make him lock into CC, and, you know, get me Shadow Sneak off, I'll be able to beat it 1v1 if it comes to it. Then we have my own Choice Scarfer, Meloetta. Choice Scarf Meloetta here is Hidden Power Steel, Energy Ball, Thunderbolt, and Perish Song, the emergency Scarf Perish Song, just in case it comes to that. We got Physically Defensive Mega-Audino with Grass Knot, Hidden Power Steel, Wish, and Calm Mind. The only thing I really have to take too many hits. We have got Digger's Bee is here for the first time. We've got an Expert Belt set here with Earthquake, Iron Head, Power Up Punch, and Agility. Enough speed to outpace everything when I'm at +2. We've got Tauros here for its first game. This is a bit of a meme set, which I'm going to go into. I'm going to go into it as the game proceeds because I quite enjoy it. And then we've got P2, Physically Defensive once again, because he does have a very physically based team, just by dint of being the rock type guy. It's my third Hidden Power Steel user. We've also got Charge Beam, Toxic, and Recover on there. Now, the team that Erik did decide to bring, he has got Terrakion, Mega-Audino, the Regirock, Aerodactyl, Omastar, and Tyrantrum. Now, it's looking to be some kind of hazard stack team, you know, as I mentioned in the team draft analysis thing. Normal does not lend itself well as a type to hazard removal. He has rock types all over the place, of course, so he's going to have hazards galore, and I don't have any removal. I didn't bring Braviary or Staraptor. There was no point bringing either of them to this game, because if they're going to be switching in on rocks, they're probably not going to get a defog off before getting taken out, and if they do, he's probably got multiple hazard users on this team waiting in the wings. So there's very much no point. I'm just going to have to go at it and take things as they come. But without further ado, let's get right into the battle and see exactly how things played out. So I'm leading with Porygon 2 this time around, as Erik is going to be leading with his Omastar. And he's going to make a very good read turn 1. He's going to go for Toxic Spikes turn 1. As I go for a Charge Beam and a miss, which is very unfortunate. This is not a good sleeve matchup for me. Now here he's going to go for the very well built knockoff, get rid of my Violite for something later. As I do this time go for the Charge Beam and land it. Don't get the special attack boost. That's unfortunate. So Erik's going to continue hazard stacking here. He sees no reason not to. Everything I have is grounded, so he's just going to get spikes up all over the place as I get a Toxic off this time. Knowing that I might as well, you know, Charge Beam won't kill, and if he wants to save this, I can get a Toxic off on something. So here comes the second layer of spikes. I'm going to go for the Charge Beam. It's not going to quite take it out. I get the special attack raise, you know, a couple of turns too late. And he goes down to the Toxic, so that's a KO for Porygon 2 at the very least. But here, you know exactly what's going to happen. He has a very free opportunity to bring in Terrakion, and I have nothing for this right now. He's going to go for close combat. That is going to decimate me. The crit, I think it was a very unfavourable roll in my favour. You know, I probably wouldn't have lived it without the crit. So what I can do here is bring in my Tauros and try and bluff the Scarf. Spoiler alert, I'm not Scarfed. But I get the attack drop and he can't take the risk of me being Scarfed, so he, predicting my Earthquake clearly, is going to go into his Aerodactyl. Now, spoiler, I'm not Scarfed, I'm not offensive. I'm actually defensive with Whirlpool. This is an Intimidate defensive Whirlpool trapping Tauros with leftovers. So I'm going to go for that. My only offensive move on this is the one I'm going to go for next. As he gets his rocks up to complete the hazard stack, I'm going to go for Iron Head, which, let's be real, I probably should have gone for before, but what are you going to do? It's a bit of a memey Tauros. Now here, he's getting hurt by a Whirlpool. I know that he goes down next turn. I am just going to go for the Protect here. But Erik knows he's going to go down next turn, and he's just going to get a Tailwind up, which is fairly terrifying. Incidentally, my last move, Toxic. Because I'm a trapping Toxic set, because I'm a bad person. But yeah, down goes the Aerodactyl, but now he has a Tailwind up, and he's going to bring in Tyrantrum under Tailwind, and I'm scared. Now I do want to keep this guy around for the last gasp Intimidate, and I have to choose something to sack off here, and I decide the least useful thing in the long run is going to be my Mega-Audino. Even though it's the only thing that is going to be able to take a hit, I decided that I'm going to need the other things more later on. So I choose Audino as the one to get rid of. In hindsight, probably not my best decision. But either way, I'm going to go for the very optimistic Mega. He is going to land the second Head Smash. And that is going to be Mega-Audino down, unfortunately. What I am going to be able to do, though, is bring in Jimmy Bullard, the Tauros, once again, to get that last gasp Intimidate once again. And here, I'm just praying for the miss. And he does miss. I predict the miss. I didn't really predict the miss, but it was just lucky. And I'm going to go for the Iron Head here just to get as much damage onto this thing as possible. Now, Tailwind runs out here. I am EV'd to outpace a Max Jolly Tyrantrum. But not only was he under Tailwind, he is Scarfed. He's actually Scarfed Tyrantrum. He takes me out with the next Head Smash, which is unfortunate. But with that Intimidate, I am very well aware that Booker B, my Diggersby, is going to be able to take a Head Smash fairly usefully. As you can see, it does 35%, and what I'm able to do here is set up an Agility, and now I am going to be able to get some kills. Unfortunately, those Toxic Spikes are going to be crucial in putting me on a timer. So here, I'm going to go for the Expert Belt, Huge Power Earthquake. He's gone. He's dead and gone. And he goes down. Now, what he's going to do here is bring in the one thing he has that can definitely take a hit. And that is going to be his Regirock. Now, I have one chance. One chance to take this thing out. I say, flinch incoming. I go for Iron Head. He gets his weakness policy. And he flinches. I called that. I genuinely called that in the chat. What it means is that I am going to be able to take this thing out with an Earthquake, and down it goes. But it also means that Diggersby is going to go down as well. So, we do have a rather unlikely 2v2 situation. Meloetta and Kecleon versus Terrakion and Diancie. So, what are we going to go into? He's going to go into his Diancie here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Kecleon, which is unfortunate. I do not get the matchup here. And I'll go into why things might have been different at the end of the game. So he's going to Mega up here. He is packing the Protect, and he's going to go for it. He might as well just get his speed up as far as possible. I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail, and of course he's going to protect himself. I changed myself to Water type, and that, I can tell you, is 100% not going to save me from any given hit he goes for if it's physical, and he has Diamond Storm. Realising that AV Kecleon is very much a thing, he goes for the Diamond Storm, and he gets the defense boost. So now, it is Meloetta versus the world, but I am max special attack, I have the Hidden Power Steel, and I am Scarfed. So, I am going to be able to outspeed this Diancie, go for the Hidden Power Steel, and take out this Diancie. But, unfortunately, as I said at the beginning, the consummate threat is still around. The Terrakion is going to be able to come in here, and, you know, I'm Scarfed, but as I very much suspected, he is Scarfed too. He goes for close combat. That is going to take out my Meloetta. Down it goes, and that is going to be the 1-0 loss, and that is going to be the game. Yeah, so we take a close 1-0 loss to Erik. A very good game, really enjoyable stuff. I wasn't expecting it to be as close as it was. I was expecting to get absolutely destroyed in this game. Yeah, I made a few questionable decisions. you know, Mega-Audino was the only thing that could take a hit at the point that Tyrantrum was at. So maybe it wasn't wise to let it go. It might have been able to sort of heal itself up and stall things and get back to health and get, you know, get some hits off. But I deemed it the least useful thing in the long run, so that was why I decided to let it go. Tauros, I tried a meme set. I thought, let's bring defensive to try and get some, you know, tank a hit at least. I should have gone Scarfed, let's be real about that. You know, once I got the Ironhead prediction onto the arrow, everything would have taken damage from an Earthquake. So, you know, I probably should have brought a genuine, real Scarf Tauros, but I didn't, and I paid for it in the end. That last matchup, incidentally, that was unfortunate, because things might have been different if I'd have got the matchup of either Kecleon versus the Tarak. Actually, that probably wouldn't have worked. But if I'd have got Meloetta, if I'd have gone into Meloetta there, if I'd have got Meloetta versus Diancie, you know, Diancie would have gone down. And whilst Terrakion would have taken me out, he wouldn't have been able to definitely take out the Kecleon with Ironhead, I don't think. So maybe things might have been different. Personally, I reckon Terrakion probably could have clutched it anyway. So yeah, either way, we do have to take a 1-0 loss. It's unfortunate. But great game, Erik, as ever. His link's down in the description below. Make sure you go over to his channel and check out all his fantastic content. You'll be doing yourself a favour. So do that now, or rather when this video has ended. But Parasect Germain, in this kind of league competition thing, we're sitting at 1-1 with a +3 differential. So we're still in a fairly good position. We have one game left. We are, of course, just behind Erik, Ashton Akai himself. He has 2 wins now, but his last game is going to be against Evelyn, and he does not have the matchup in this one. That's Rock versus Grass. So what I'm privately hoping for is Evelyn to take a big win. Our next game, our final one of the group stages, is up against Carson, Toxic Gaming, who I'm doing a sort of 3-person drunk lock with on Red, Blue and Yellow with Onesie Bayonet. So he's a friend of mine as well. He's got fire as his type, so, you know, I don't think either of us particularly has the matchup as it goes. So that's going to be an interesting game. We want to be winning that one and hope that Erik slips up in his final game, but that's a story for another day, and that video hopefully will be going up sometime in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap things up. I've rambled on far too long, so thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I guess with that, I'll see you next time. Laters.